airplane ride of the season. Sort of unusual to go ahead and play 6 games, and the 7th one you finally get on the airplane. But we're looking forward to it. Mississippi State has not quite had the year that they thought they were going to have. Preseason, gosh, their goals, I think, were to win the Western Division, and they've lost 3 conference games, all by close scores. But they're a very good team. They're tough at home, and we've got to really go out there and play well. We're actually, I think, pretty healthy. I think Melvin Ingram will be back full speed, and we should be pretty healthy for this game.
Seems like last few years, just the West Division has dominated the East Division, all teams in the East. Talk about the challenge of going out there, playing in a hostile environment in Starkville, and just how important it is to come out with a win on the road.
Well, it's important to come out with a win if we hope to win the Eastern Division, which that's our first goal, certainly, is to win it. And Georgia has the same goal, and Georgia's beaten everybody since we've been fortunate enough to beat them. So we all know it's going to be nip and tuck, and we've got to keep winning if we're going to win the Eastern Division, certainly.
I know that maybe it's not a great barometer because it's Kentucky, but certainly you have to see some positive signs coming out of that game with your offense, and Alshon and Connor just playing real well.
Yeah, Connor had a good game. There were some plays he could have done better when we watched the tape yesterday, but for the first time out, to be the SEC back of the week was a nice honor for him. But he had a lot of good guys around him. Alshon caught everything, and we need to throw even better than we did last week. So we'll work on it and hopefully put together a good run pass package. Balance is what we all shoot for. And we did have better balance last week.
Talking about that, I guess Dan Mullen's calling you guys a running team even after this past week.
Well,
Is
we
that
are.
how you do it?
We are a running team. Most of our yards, and we've run more than we've passed, which is probably unusual nowadays in college football. But we did get some big yards thrown last week. Of course, Bruce Ellington had that big run that certainly helped our rushing stats. But we need balance. There's no question. We need to throw successfully a lot better than we had been doing. But when you look at the SEC statistics, gosh, one good offensive game, I think we climbed up to 3rd in total offense, which means that there's a lot of SEC teams struggling offensively. And probably that's because we play against some really tough defenses in our conference.
Can you give us your thoughts on the cowbell there at Starkville?
Well, they allow their fans to ring the cowbell. They say they don't ring it while the quarterback's at the line of scrimmage and so forth. The referee is, I think, permitted to stop play if he feels like artificial noise is taking place. Most teams don't worry about it. You know, when there's real loud noise, it doesn't matter how it is. You can't hear anything. You just got to watch the quarterback's foot, watch the quarterback and center snap the ball, and go from there. So we won't make a big deal out of the cowbells.
Will Connor will play the entire game?
Well, he's scheduled to play the entire game. He's our quarterback, and hopefully he stays healthy. Every time we look at some run plays up there, I said, wait a minute, he can't run the ball 20, 25 times a game. We got to let Marcus do the 20, 25, and hopefully Connor run 8 to 10, something like that, because we do need to keep him healthy, certainly.
You mentioned defense before, but not in front of us, I guess. Can you talk about their improvement here recently?
Our defense is playing very well. Now, again, we got to be realistic. Vanderbilt and Kentucky were our dominant performances, and those two are struggling offensively. But still, it was very encouraging. And like I told our guys Monday, it was encouraging that even after we had a pretty good lead, we put our backup guys in there. They stuffed Kentucky also. In the past around here, it seems like when we got a big lead and we put the backups in, the other team would stay on the field for 6 or 7 minutes. But we got them off quickly and gave our backup offensive players a chance to go play a bit.
I know you're all about the next game and not looking too far ahead, but a tough road stretch coming up for this team. Can you talk of the importance?
Well, we've had 4 home games in a row, stubbed our toe on one of them. Can't do anything about that, but hopefully our team is gelling and heading in the right direction. That's what we hope's going on.
All right.
Okay.